Welcome back to the Core Collective, episode 2. Myself, Jeff Bullard, is joined by Clay Wood,
Howdy.
Nik Madison,
Hello there.
and Brandon Weber.
Hello.
All right, today we bring you a full episode filled of Masters of Time review, plus some other cool teams from winning events, and cool updates from HC units. Clay's going to get into that, and if we have time, a little bit of Worlds prep. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. We're going to browse the units. Let's share the screen. All right. Units, browse. Oh, bye, Nik. And Masters of Time. So what are your guys' initial thoughts with the set?
I think there's a lot of strong pieces in this set. I
Can
think
you zoom out real quick? Sorry, before we. No, I guess that's there. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead, Brandon.
yeah, I think there's a lot of strong pieces in this set, and I think it's definitely going to benefit from a smaller set pool after rotation. So there's not going to be as many sets for it to compete with. So I think a lot of these pieces that could be on the fringe are going to see at least some testing or playability that they may not see if they were the last set before a rotation, for example.
True. All right. Well, let's get into it. Batman, number 1. So the Return of Bruce Wayne trait is a theme throughout a couple of the figures throughout the set, and it's at the beginning of your turn, you may replace Batman with another character with the same trait, or you can heal in one click. I know a lot of players during pre-release, and I think that first sealed event that we had, we're playing this as like a shifting focus. It's not that. You have to do it at the beginning of the game. I'm always pro Swiss Army knife. Like in team sealed, if you pull enough of these guys, I think that's a solid 60 points on the team.
I think the Batman are fantastic. Maybe we should just talk about all of them right now.
Okay.
But there's a common, there's 2 uncommons, there's 2 rares, and there's a super rare. And they all have a trick where if you keep it on the map, then you can heal it that turn, and if you don't, then they can do some other interesting thing.
Mm-hmm.
This particular Batman allows you to give +1 attack to adjacent friendly characters. The uncommon allows you to make a free attack, which is
free range attack.
Free range attack, which is awesome. This one allows you to generate a free smoke terrain marker, which he's probably one of the worst of the bunch, but so whatever. You have another one that carries them and gives everybody Dolphin, which could be fantastic. Then you have another one with 19 defend. Smoke Cloud is free, and then it deals 2 pen if he got swapped in.
Ooh.
And then you have the super rare one as well that is really an amazing tie-up piece. Again, I think they're a really great Swiss Army knife. I did a few case breakdowns, looking at the polls that a few of the different videos of case of the brick unboxings did. And interestingly enough, rarely did anybody get more than 2 and never more than 3 Batman in a brick. And so that's so don't count on getting like a full set of Batman.
Yeah.
You're going to be lucky if you get 2, and but definitely play them as a combo. Very, very potent.
Nice.
To kind of go off of that as well, I think in terms of pulp post-rotate or after rotation, Batman I think just adds to that 19 defend shelled style teams, because once rotation happens, we're going to lose Blue Marvel, Deathstroke, the pieces that really counter those defense shell teams with the knockback pulse wave. I think the style teams become a little bit more relevant. So definitely interested to see, I guess, played. As far as a sealed event, could be like coming up for teams could be a team you can build around.
Yeah, there are 6 pieces in this set with 19 defend.
Yeah.
Because 2 of them are colossals. They really, really want everybody to have a 19 defend, 19 defense value in post-world modern, and it's also that's a very potent thing as well, because the quarters are going away, and a lot of the pieces that allow you to bump your attack up to like 14 consistently, it's going to be a lot harder to do, at least with what we have available to us at the moment.
For sure.
All right. Velociraptor sucks. Let's go to Deadman. Deadman is situationally useful. He's a pretty good tie-up piece, but you're screwed if you fight a one-man army like Darkseid. So.
Yep. All right.
Who wants to talk about Animal Man?
I mean, if you need a beater, he's relatively cheap. I mean, 12 for 5 with super strength, he could do some good damage, and then later on he gets that flurry. I mean, nothing special about him, but just a solid beat stick if that's what you're looking for.
Yep. All right. Detective Chimp, perplex, outwit, 35 points, tiny, super senses. I like it.
Very good. Yeah.
Solid support.
Maybe this is a good time to take a quick pause. There's a button right above, a red button with the stats at the top of your window on the left. So this will show you the distribution of the power frequency. Nik Brandon, not sure if you knew about this power HCN's power user feature here, but you can see that there is a ridiculous amount of probability control in this set.
Yeah.
Because it's all from the trait.
Yeah, a lot of it's from the trait. A lot of pieces also just have prop.
Yeah.
There's a lot less perplex than I think what we've seen before. And this kind of says 10, but it feels less than that. And one other thing to keep in mind is Zatanna is a pick a power piece and kind of counts as +1 to everything you see on this list.
Okay.
So in fact, so if you go to like barrier, there are in fact only 2 barrier pieces, one of which is Zatanna, the other one is Green Man, which is a chase.
Yeah.
So
dang, she's the only one with Earthbound.
And then you can also see there is a massive amount of charge and super senses in
I
this
think
set.
a lot of the charge comes from the Colossals. Almost all of the Colossals have charge somewhere.
Yeah. So going on, you see there's no big surprises in the combat symbol frequency other than that. Yes, there are Colossals.
10 giants. Okay.
You see the average distribution of combat values. Defense average 18, attack a little over 11. Speed is higher than it's a little bit higher than what we've seen before at 8.
Yeah, I want to say it's been like 7, 6, right?
Yeah, they had bumped it down after they started going to small maps and kind of popping up again.
All right.
The next one is also, the last one is very, very interesting. There's one that really, really stands out in terms of the keyword frequency. 55 units in the set have the past keyword. That is a lot.
So you're building past theme teams.
So you have if you really want to build a theme team, past is probably the best way to do it. Animal, there's some really good synergy with a few of the pieces with Animal. Of course, Justice League is, can't have a DC set without Justice League.
Very fair.
A lot of those pass pieces are very good too. A lot of very good pass pieces in this set.
And we're back to starting powers. Cool. So perplex, very rare in the set. Will come in handy, I would imagine. All right, Mr. Mind. I like him. 30-point mind control, 8 squares away, dual target, C2
characters.
Yeah, 8 range.
Yeah,
that's a very long range. He's great. He's really good.
Yeah, and we'll talk about this later.
He reminds me of Brain from the BTU.
Yep.
You just can't do anything after he's been carried. But I mean, he has similar values. Ignores characters. He can shoot out of adjacency, which Brain could not. So that
makes a difference.
Pretty important.
So I want to
Yeah.
look at real fast the TK. Not a lot of TK in this set.
No.
It's actually a decent amount for what you normally see.
Yeah. Okay.
So 8 pieces with TK, and there are a few at the lower point rarities, which is important to note.
Okay.
I think the other power that stands out as being challenging to get is leadership.
Mm.
There is leadership at some of the lower point rarities. The rarity classes, but the pieces kind of suck.
Oh,
Yeah,
boo-boo.
so you're kind of having to make some tough decisions around do you want leadership or do you want a crappy piece?
Yeah.
Or do you want a better piece? Sorry.
Let's see. Are we interested in the team up? When Mr. Mine used the displayed standard power, he
Probably
can.
won't play Team Steelers. It's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't one of the ones that's interesting.
So many good trick arrows.
There's a lot of good trick arrows. I think Intimental is the one most people are looking forward to. The anti-stop one, I think. Yeah.
There's not a lot of stop in the set.
I like.
I mean, the trick arrows it's nice from the perspective of it's an equipment. You can definitely use it, but I think it's also important to note that they are nowhere near as good as the first set of trick arrows.
True. I think Hypnotic's pretty strong because you don't even have to hit the person you're gonna basically pseudo hypnotize, right?
Stun's not bad either. Can't use movement or attack powers or something.
Wait, sorry. Say what you said again, Jeff.
I said instead of normal damage, choose a hit character or a character adjacent to a hit character. Like you don't even have to hit the person you're hypnotizing, right? Like the person you're mind controlling pseudily.
That's true.
So like I think that's really good.
Did they say can you mesh these trick arrows with the other ones?
Yes, you'll be able to use one trick arrow equipment, but not within Team Sealed.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that they're bad. You're going to play it in Team Sealed. I'm saying
100%.
None of them are giving you a free Quake.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. But like after the trick arrow of added, like the free Quake is still obviously very strong, but it's not nearly as potent because you can't make another trick arrow with that free Quake.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's still just another attack. Yeah.
No, for sure. And it's 2 damage knockback. It's like if you don't have a reducer, you're taking 3 again, which is a lot of damage.
I love that arrow. That's my favorite.
Yeah, I think this
Phantom Zone. I was like, it's very interesting, right?
Reminds me of time platform on like a scarab. Just go back to your starting area.
Yeah, that's so basically it's like morphine jar. Reset.
The one that I actually liked the most, I think, actually, was it the fountain pen? Yeah. Choose a hit character, and until your next turn, lines of fire drawn to the character by friendly characters can't be blocked. There's a good bit of stealth in the set, and there are a number of good characters who see through. There's a lot of range. There's a good number of characters who see through hindering, and if you put the trick arrows on them, pop it on somebody who's hiding, and now all of a sudden everybody else can blast them. I think that's very useful.
I agree. Stealth busting extreme. Bring out the floodlights, right?
Yep.
Nice. All right, Mr. Booster Gold. The beginning of a lot of enhancement at the lower prob or at the lower rarities.
Prob for 40 points.
Not bad.
Pulse wave too. Pulse wave force blast, so you can get that pulse wave knockback.
I think situationally, 40 points maybe.
Yeah.
And sealed. What do you guys think?
Yeah. When you're rounding out a team, I feel like that's when he goes in.
Yeah.
40 points for prob in a sealed environment's pretty solid.
I'm going to be the exception. I like him more at higher points. You're paying 30 points to turn him from a support piece into an actual attacker.
Okay.
And I mean, he's already not bad, right? Like, I mean, he's not great. He's got a glass jaw, but he likely has a 12 attack. He's got prob control. He's got enhancement. And there's a lot of enhancement in this set. A lot.
There is.
A lot of enhancement, a lot of prob. Like, you can very plausibly be building teams who each guy is punching for like 6 or 7 damage because of all the enhancement.
True. Okay.
And I actually think that's the strategy for building teams that can kill Darkseid.
Tons of damage.
Yep.
Agreed. All right. Probably not going to play the team up card.
No.
All right. Ginny Hicks.
Another running shot enhancement piece.
Yeah. All right. So for 40 points, and say you play him at 70, it's 111, and you got 2 solid attackers that are going to pump out a good amount of damage. Okay.
I mean, yeah, Junior Hex relies on the BCF roll, I think, though. Unless you have like actually 4 enhancements on your team, and you can triple enhance everyone, and she's just punching for or shooting for 5.
Yeah. All right.
She's decent filler, but she's not
Yeah.
going to be what you build the team around.
Let's see that
Just a
prehistoric
pretty
warrior. What do you
bad
think,
generic.
Nick?
Oh, not a fan.
Nope.
No.
He's 25
Pass.
points for 5 clicks, Blades, Close Fangs, and Power. He's the best. He is the best of the filler pieces in the set, with the exception of maybe Black Hawk Pilot.
Okay.
But
Let's
go
look
ahead.
at
So League Assassin's next. She's horrible. She's one of the worst pieces in the set. Let's skip it.
it. Easy company. 20 points, filler, sidestep. Pass.
He's horrible. The only thing he's useful for is if you really needed that leadership and you play Sergeant Rock, you can generate the Easy Company soldiers, and they on their 5th starting or 5th
Quick 5 or something.
and then they
Yeah.
don't, but they at least don't give up points.
Yeah.
So
Then they can just start pinging. Love it.
And they can also boost their own stats, or at least damage, I think, by removing a token.
Okay. All right. Here we go. TK. I'm happy. And more enhancement.
yep. The rest of the attack power, which increases attack to characters with vehicle, doesn't really apply much. And the formidable trait is honestly horrible. We could really just skip most of it. What you really need to know is running shot, TK, 3 damage enhancement for 30 points is a flyer, 5 range. She's
I like it. We're good. Play her, friends. Play her. All right. Time Trapper.
it's horrible. Keep going.
Yeah. Superman.
19 defend?
Yeah,
He's
he
got
falls into that 19 defense slot.
Yeah. That's 85 points, though.
Super strength. You can get up to probably 4 damage with an object or something.
Yeah.
The 5 square charge is nice. It's bigger than what we've seen.
Another thing, him being potentially part of a defend shell team, he's got hyper time. So if they come in, potentially bounce him out.
Yeah, I think calling out hyper time is a really good observation. Jeff, mouse over the hyper time so everybody can read it. We haven't seen much hyper time in a very, very long time. But the idea is that if somebody tries to move into a square adjacent to this character, they have to roll a die. Like the person moving rolls the die. And if it's a 1 or 2, they can't move into it. They have to go somewhere else. It's not particularly amazing, but it can come up, and with all the charge in the set that we saw, it may
it's
actually
huge.
come up more than you think.
Yeah.
Mind you, this team ability is uncopyable
Yes.
for people playing it.
Yep. And also remember that this Superman does not have Superman ally team ability. He actually has hyper time, so something to note.
Somebody playing the piano.
Another musical instrument, yes.
Oh, okay. All right, we got a Daxamite.
This piece is a lot of points.
I really don't like him. We should just
I don't really like it
Next.
either.
Stealth Buster. Stealth busting. That's cool. We already looked at the Batmans.
Another 19 defend.
So Wonder Woman is next.
Yeah.
Yep. 19 defend. Nice. Charge, exploit. Okay. 120 points though. Oof.
She has a Wonder Woman team ability, which is important. Copyable. Super senses.
Does she have super senses on her dial, or is it just on
No,
a 6?
it's just on a 6, which is a little frustrating for the Wonder
For
Woman herself.
120, you don't get super senses.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
that's rough. If she has
It's
super
very
senses,
rough.
50-50 senses. Okay, we can talk, right? But no bueno.
Yeah, I agree. I think she's way too expensive. I agree completely. Like, if she had super senses, she'd be a much better piece.
Yeah.
And there's like she is 19 defend, but she's the most expensive of all the 19 defend pieces. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough. All right. Let's take a gander at Dr. Fate. Shape Chain Senses. All right. Tie up piece. We got TK, Sidestep, Flight, and Prob. I'm liking it. 50 points. We got JSA, which I'm not too sure how many pieces of JSA are in here. Mystics. I like it. I think it's a good piece to play in
This is definitely solid.
sealed.
the set has a whole bunch of 50-point pieces with Prob, and I think Dr. Fate is one of the better ones.
Mm-hmm.
It would be like he'd be really good if you pull multiple Dr. Fates. The chances of doing so, however, are very likely. Unlikely, sorry. In my case breakdowns, your chance of getting any particular uncommon or was only about 2/3 to 75%. So you're not even going to get a full set of uncommons. You will probably get a full set of commons and duplicates of a number of them.
Okay. Nice. All right. Kent Nelson for the win. All right. Satana.
I think Zatanna is very good.
The dial's like kind of rough to look at. It's all
The
over the
dial
place.
is all over the place, but I mean, being able to pick any power is obviously very strong.
Yeah.
And there's situations where like you could just use her as a tie-up piece, perplex, prob, like she could just pick good powers, and then if
I
she's
feel like
close, she's got that 19 flex over defense. Maybe she's a 20 from close with her own prob.
I'm
Like,
not
hard to hit.
completely sold on her. I don't
you
know
gotta
why.
be really, really smart if you play her. Like she's not easily pilotable.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm on the fence with her.
Yeah, I've heard a number of the other podcasts be really excited about her, but I think she's just overcosted. And what frustrates me is is particularly her starting click just kind of is very underwhelming. Her speed value is so low. Her defense value and power is not that great. Like, I don't want her to be a stealth, combat reflexes piece. I want her to be a running shot piece on the top click. But then in order to do that, I have to use the pickup power. And why do I want a 70-point running shot Blades Claws Fangs piece? I don't know.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's rough. You have to be very tactful if you are gonna play her. But yeah, she's not easy to pilot. So
Yeah, I think it's a 70-point liability on your team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the one upside is she has enough clicks that you're gonna have to double tap her to kill her. And then you're going to probably knock her onto clicks where she is harder to kill. Couldn't take mystics. She could hit regen. But yeah. I don't know. I just, it feels like her best utility, honestly, is as a support piece. But man, 70 points for a support piece is just more than what anybody really wants to pay these days. So I don't know. But other people, I know a lot of other people who are very excited about her.
We'll see. Time will tell, friends. Time will tell. All right, we got Supernova 022.
He sucks. He's a 50-point prob, but at the bottom of the bucket.
Yeah. In-cap's not what it used to be, friends. Red Arrow. I like precision because that Super Sense number was very high, if I remember correctly.
Yep. And she sees for characters, and she's a team player, and she's a running shot enhancement piece.
And friendly characters or adjacent friendly characters with marksman have an extra bolt.
She qualifies to get the trick arrows for free as well.
Nice.
I think she's very solid.
No, for sure. Playable. All right. Beast Boy Brandon.
I think this piece is better in a constructed environment. I think you're more relying on the trait, but the damage power or the attack power isn't that bad. Blades Claws Fangs, Precision Strike. When he uses it, hit kick just modifies speed by -2 until your next turn. I don't care about the last part. Just being able to BCF without the worry of rolling a 1 or a 2 and dealing no damage is nice. Because if you roll that 3, you're gonna do that 1 damage to those 2 reducers anyway. But if you roll 1 or 2, but if you roll higher, you're gonna hit for that 5, 6. That's a lot of damage. And then that trait, is better in a constructed environment.
For sure.
I think it's also notable that he has Outsiders, which is pretty powerful team ability.
Wild
basically
card.
Put it out, free action, and you can choose a character that can't, and their combat values cannot be modified. That can be used on both friendly as well as opposing characters, so that somebody can't, if you have a Colossal, they can't perplex you down. I think he is a little on the expensive side.
Well, so it's 60 points for 7 clicks, so I feel like we're winning there. Hypersonic Precision Strike with the shape change, I think he's okay. I think for point wise, and if you have a JSA on the team, he's gonna be coming in for a 12. I think that's okay.
He just drops fast. I mean,
He does.
Yeah, never use serious.
Here's the thing. It's like, compare him to, you guys moved really fast past him, but compare him to Animal Man. Animal Man can do 7 or more damage.
Yeah.
60 points. Right.
You can do 7 damage.
What's that?
Well, the knockback.
Oh, the knockback, yeah.
If you have 2 empowers, you can make him do 8.
The object, the close combat expert, and then the knockback.
Yeah. Jeez. Okay.
And then he's got, and then if you don't have outwit or pen damage, which there's not a lot of pen damage in this set, to be honest, like, he's just hard to kill. So I would take Animal Man over Beast Boy.
Okay.
Go back.
Oh, too far.
Yeah.
There
Cinnamon.
it is. All right. Cinnamon. Marksman. 45 points. Precision Strike. Enhancement.
The traits aren't even worth reading. So,
I mean,
it's a weird charge precision strike enhancement piece, but it, like, if you want more enhancement,
it's available.
Available, yeah.
On throw.
I mean, if you need leadership, I guess.
So this is our first, our second piece with leadership, if you don't count Zatanna.
I think he'd be good in the team sealed format.
Yeah, the only thing is you have to match up against the Colossal there. That's a 1 in 3.
There's just no way he's going to get the first shot on that Colossal.
Yeah, the Colossal could just kill him.
Yeah, just going to get outranged.
Yeah.
He's so slow. He's so, the defense is so low. I mean, you have to pair him with somebody with 19 defend. Yeah, he can do a lot of damage, but it's hard to get him there. I think he's notable primarily for leadership.
Got you. Alrighty. Miss Talia Al Ghul.
I think we can move past her. She's a cheap team player, but she gets better if she's on a Batman or a League of Assassins theme, and you're not going to form one of those. Sorry.
All right, Sergeant Rock.
He is also a leadership piece, and he's notable because he could bring in those easy to kill soldiers, easy company soldiers that I mentioned earlier. But
hey, they're not scored, right?
They're not scored.
They're not scored. So,
but leadership, hey.
Yeah.
All right, Lady Blackhawk. Ooh, perplex.
She's very good, particularly at the low points.
Yeah, 35 seems cool.
For 35 for perplex and attacks, he's pretty decent.
Nice. And then, so what's her formula? When Lady Blackhawk moves, as resolutions, you may remove any number of formidable resolve tokens from her. If you do, place
formidable resolve sucks.
Yeah,
it's not a good trade.
You could probably survive the whole term and not even know what it does.
Perfect.
Because if you know what it does, then you're losing.
So
yeah. I think the character has to die for someone to get 8 resolve token.
Yeah, but she has super senses, so that's cool.
Oh, that's true. Don't forget about her super senses.
Yeah.
It's easy to overlook that.
Yeah. 35 point super senses plex. Seems good. All right, Hal Jordan. I think him at 70 with the psych pen is worth it.
He is probably
Rob,
the first.
Yeah.
He is one of the. I think he's one of the 5-star pieces in the set. There's a lot of team player, and it's ridiculous that Green Lantern team ability is copyable.
Yeah.
And being able to like take turns moving your whole team around is nuts. He's also one of the he's one of the best, if not the best, like running shot psychic blast piece. And there's a lot of damage reducers in the set.
Nice.
And so it's pretty nice being able to blast somebody for 6 damage, psychic blast. Like, oh, goodbye, Animal Man. You just took 6 to the face. You're dead.
Yeah.
It's rough. You know who'd survive that? Beast Boy. All right. Superboy. Let's see. Clark Kent. What do you got for us? You get to roll the dice. Some cool stuff happens.
He's really bad. We could skip him.
Yeah. It's still Legion's still wild card?
Yeah, for whatever reason they missed this opportunity to make a Legion do something useful.
L. Alrighty. We looked at the Batman's Morgan Le Fay. Exploit, that's cool. Psych pen, that's interesting. On the same click, right? Why not?
I think that first trait is what really makes her very interesting.
So when an opposing character within range is damaged by mystics, has resolutions, heal a friendly character with the mystics keyword 1 click. That's pretty cool.
And that's not once per turn.
Nope.
So basically, you can kind of think of that as like every time somebody punches her, she takes 1 less. Now, so the question, and then she has a stop click, which, by the way, is not even on her defense power, even though it's only once per game. So she's actually fairly hard to put down. I don't know if she's worth it at 125, but she's a lot harder to kill with Invincible.
Yeah, that's a big investment though. Like, cause she gets hit for 5.
But 50 with sidestep, psychic blast and exploit, so she's doing pen damage no matter what. She can fly, like, and then if you have other mystical pieces, she's healing them every time they take damage. I think she's pretty decent.
I mean, that's not even her own mystics too. It's every character on your team that has mystics that's damaged within range of Morgan Le Fay you can heal.
I feel like if you're gonna play this piece, it's a team 3 build. Just because 125 points sink into an attacker that can only sidestep and then attack.
Yeah, I like her more at 50 points.
Yeah, 50 seems more doable. Because you can get other stuff on the team. But is their mystical was 19 figures, I think, with the mystical keyword?
Yeah.
If I remember.
The problem is, the main issue is like most of them are at the high rarity level. So you're not going to get, there's a lot of super rares with mystical. So you're not going to get a ton. But if you pair her up with the right one, like you pair her with Etrigan, the demon.
Oh, geez.
And it's crazy because he has stop clicks. So every time he gets hit to a stop click, he heals. If your opponent takes mystics.
Nice.
I think her team up card is also potentially worth looking at. There was a recent errata. It used to say that the team up had to have armor and mystical, so it applied to almost nobody.
That's rough.
So they fixed it. It's armor or mystical, and so she can now bring in, and she turns them into Camelot, and then she heals whenever somebody with Camelot gets damaged. So she becomes a lot harder to kill.
Jeez, yeah. Okay.
The friendly has to do damage.
Sorry. Yes.
Yeah. But it's still really good.
Well,
that one. And that
no,
one
yeah. If a friendly character deals mystics, just when a friendly character damages an opposing, so it could be from anything.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be from an attack.
Yep.
So mystics, passive effects, after resolutions, like.
Yep.
That's very strong. Okay, yeah, that's crazy.
So.
All right, so keep an eye on Morgan, boys and girls. All right, Robin, Precision Strike, RCE, loving it. Running Shot, seeing through some stealth. Yeah, I think it's solid 60 points.
I think Robin's very, very good. Probably one of the better rares you can pull.
Mm-hmm.
His traits allow him to make free attacks, to give
Yeah.
to give other friendly characters to share a keyword with some of his powers, which could be like giving other, marksmen super senses or sidestep, like
Or Precision Strike.
yeah. And it's worth noting that like he has multiple targets, so he can actually accomplish both of his traits at the same time. He can both miss and hit a target all
Perfect.
in one attack,
I love it.
allowing him to make another attack and to give out one of his powers to a friendly.
Look at that. Nice. So you guys are going to be playing Robin. He's good. And let's
I
see
should
if
note, so we've been in the rares for a little while. The chance of pulling any particular rare is less than 50% in a
okay.
booster brick.
Alrighty. Green Arrow, Precision Strike, loving it. He can increase his range by 3 if he targets only a single character. He's got Range Combat Expert, and when he attacks, they can't use Mastermind or Shape Change.
How much of those powers are in the set?
Mastermind, Shape Change.
Beast Boy.
Yes, sir.
14 Shape Changes.
Not a lot of Mastermind.
And not a lot of Mastermind. So I think the Shape Change would be more concerning. But probably in set play, you're not going to run into it too much. Depends where the Shape Changes lie.
Right.
I mean, that's a 13 attack, 4 damage.
It's a 14
Precision
attack,
Strike.
it's JLA. So
Yeah, 14 attack, 4 damage, Precision Strike. Can see through
9
hindering
range.
elevated. 9 range on a single target, but you can also just use that precision to just spread out damage.
Yep.
Which is
get
He's
enough
one of the best pieces in the set, and he pairs extremely well with Hal Jordan.
Yeah,
Because
all the
now he
enhancement.
copied Green Lantern, and he can carry around the entire team.
Yep.
It's not even that bad for 50 too.
Hal
you get
Jordan
that prob.
gives a prob enhancement.
Yeah.
So very strong combination.
All right.
I can't remember what the team up card. Marksman, so probably not going to put together a marksman team.
Nah. Alrighty. Etrigan. Charge
Sorry,
Flurry.
it's Prime Etrigan that has the stop clicks.
I'm going to say this one seems okay.
I think if you play him at 30 points, and he's just like a scary
Charge Flurry.
Charge Flurry Blades exploit figure.
Yeah.
I don't think he's worth it at 100.
It's no, you're not getting your value.
I think his big issue is his range is just too short.
It's 4, yeah. All right. This boy. Alrighty.
So Etrigan Prime, I think he's notable because of those. He's got a couple stop clicks with Mystics, and he's kind of hard to chew through. I think he's probably one of the less good primes. So you're happy you pulled a prime.
Yeah.
You're kind of sad it was Etrigan because he's not the best. I think he's probably worth playing at higher point value because at least he's got Psychic Blast, Running Shot, Invincible's hard to go through.
Yeah, for 40 more points, you get 4 clicks, another stop. I would say higher point value is probably more worth.
It's
if
for
you
sure
get
with the
Morgan
upgrade.
Le Fay with him, it's crazy good, right?
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Supergirl.
Or Supergirl. Yeah. Supergirl is one of the best pieces in
This
this.
piece is so
I say
good.
she's done some
Only
work.
played at 70 points.
I would rather play her at 70, I agree.
Yeah. Hyper, super strength. Nice. Yeah.
And invincible. I mean, it's good against the Colossal matchup too, because she gets +1 to all stats.
I think just this is a better version of Morgan Le Fay.
That's right. Yeah. So now the only thing is, okay, so just to read her trait, because I think it's very important that when another friendly character is damaged by an attack, if Supergirl hasn't healed them yet this turn after resolutions, heal that character 1 click. So they don't have to take Mystics. It's every person on your team, but it's only once per turn, and it doesn't apply to Supergirl herself.
Jeez.
So those are the notable differences between her and Morgan. That said, she's good.
She's cosmic, right, Jeff?
And she's cosmic.
I can't really tell. Yeah.
Yep.
It's gonna be hard to chew through
and
that.
She sees through freaking everything, right? She has Superman, so she ignores hindering. She sees through elevated. She destroys blocking when she sees through it, and she ignores characters. So
she gonna get you.
And then she's got a stop click too.
Nice.
Curious to see if anybody plays her 100. I think she's doable at 100 and I think the reason why is because who wants to try to punch her and knock her onto that ridiculous stop click? So nobody's going to touch her. But then the upside of that is like she's continually healing your whole team. You can't just get her out of the way.
Yeah.
So you're stuck with this like dilemma. Do you want to deal with her while she's sidestepping around, shooting through everything? Or do you just try to like power through the stop clicks and get her off the board, which is really hard to do. So I think 100 creates an interesting dilemma for your opponent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I wouldn't write it off.
Put them on their back foot.
I mean, the third click where her stop is pretty crazy, right?
That click is very strong.
Scary to be staring that down.
Yes.
Alrighty. Nighthawk. Let's see. Friendly characters named Cinnamon, Hawk Girl, and Shara Hall. Modify attack +1. I guess if you want to pull all those figures. Precision strike, free, make a range attack, but only to target a character that hit with a range attack since your last turn. Very situational. I guess this 40-point filler is not bad.
I think that's right. He's like, he's not the worst rare, but he's also not like the best rare. I think the thing that's nice is he does have precision strike and he's running shot, so he can, I think there's like a very good team that can be built with the riding shot enhancement pieces.
And he's got 5 range already, so like that's not bad.
Right.
Above average. All right. This is the one that everybody's been talking about. Perdegaton.
I pulled him over the weekend, and he was even better than I thought he was going to be.
All right, tell us about it, Clay.
So, let's see. I think the first thing that's worth noting is that you can pay either 20, 40, or 60 points, and he gets a time disc token for every 20 points. It's worth noting that it's very poorly written, but if you pay 20 points, he will die after he doesn't come back to life. He's not like Legacy Daredevil.
Okay.
It's 3 clicks per 20 points. That's the easy way to think of it. So even though it's worded very poorly, it's like, yeah, turn into another line and then remove a token. And by the way, if he has no tokens, then KO him. It's like, well,
yeah.
Anyways,
why turn him to another line?
Yeah, exactly. Just keep wasting time. Okay.
Strategy.
He has traded prob. He has team player. But I think what makes him really over the top is the improved movement ignores characters and ignores blocking, and the improved targeting ignores characters and can shoot out adjacency. I personally think his best click is Sidestep TK Super Sense's leadership. So 20-point leadership is really, really good. And then if you pair him like I did over the weekend with Green Lantern or Hal Jordan, and he gets Green Lantern team ability, he's unstoppable. He is in the back line. Nobody can get to him. He probs through your whole team, and he carries your whole team around, and there's no tying him up. So very, very good piece.
Nice.
I think his other lines are also very good if you have other leadership. We don't need TK. But the other thing is during game setup, after your opponent has placed their characters, you can choose an opposing figure and place it into any other square in its starting area. Is so mean. It's like, oh, there's your Hal Jordan right next to your whole team. Oh, now he's in the corner.
Yeah, it's so disruptive to set up. Like it's almost like you basically waste a turn
Yes.
resetting up.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, the second half of the prod trade's good too. When an opposing character misses him or rolls a 1/2 for his hyper time, deal him 1 pin. He has super
Yeah.
senses on every dial through the whole dial. So if you
So nobody
just
wants
miss
to
the
hit
attack,
him if
yeah,
they
you roll the
can.
super sense. If you're trying to move adjacent and roll a 1 or 2, you're just taking pretty much mystics damage. But instead of hitting, you're missing, right? It's very annoying piece for sure.
Nice. So play your Perdegaton. The Flash. I want my Flash. Precision Strike. CCE. All right, we're grooving. Hypersonic. He moves to blocking elevated. 70 points. Shape change
think
on a
he's-
4 through 6.
I
Solid.
think he's a really good tie-up piece, right? Shape change and super
Yeah.
senses, hypersonic with a long range. 10 is a lot. I think the downside is that he's more than 10 points per click because he's 70 points and only 6 clicks. So eventually you're going to miss the rollouts and he's going to drop.
They must value hyper time very highly.
I think so.
The shape change is a 4 through 6 as well. I think that's notable.
Very good. All right. And you get to place him, right? If he succeeds.
Yes.
Yeah. And he can punch through walls.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Reverse Flash. How does
I think
he
this-
rate on the Prime chart?
He
They
is
fixed him.
He is very good.
Yeah, I
He's
think you
one
just
of the
play this
best
piece if you
too.
pull him in Team Seal. This piece is very good.
The best 3. He's up there in the top 3 of the primes.
Okay.
in this set.
I mean, Hyper Flurry for 12 precision with his own prob. Shape change super senses. Just very, very good piece. Moves through characters. Hyper time. I mean, this piece gets in there, does some damage, and stays alive.
That's 40
Super annoying.
points.
All
Yeah.
for 40 points. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Ignores characters for movement, so he just runs through the
Yep.
team, kills the one he wants, and runs away.
And he doesn't stop the hyper time because he has it himself.
My understanding is, and I think this needs to be checked, is that improved targeting does not ignore hyper time.
Well, he has hyper time because hyper time says when an opposing character
you're
that
right.
can't use the team
Yes.
ability
Sorry.
attempts to move. No,
you're
fine.
totally right. Good call, Brandon. Yes.
So he's getting to where he wants to be. There's nothing you can really do to stop him besides like barrier. There's not a whole lot of barrier in this set, so it's gonna be hard to
There's not a
stop
lot at all.
from getting in. And with that 12 attack already, like give him 1 plex, he's at a 13, his own prob, he's gonna hit.
Now, I think it's also worth noting that remember that sideline active is applicable even if he starts the game on the map. But they did issue an errata, and because there was confusion as to whether or not the part about him picking a character and having to only attack that character if once that character misses. But I think with the errata, I think it's clear to me that part is not applicable. You don't actually have to do that if you pay the 40 points.
Well, I mean, he has sideline active, so you pay the 40 points. You don't have to say he has the sideline active effect going on, right?
Sideline active is always
okay.
always is occurring. Yeah.
Okay.
So you have to choose an opposing character, but you can't generate him. And so then the last sentence says, if you do, that's not applicable.
Yeah, because he's not coming from your sideline.
Yeah.
Correct.
Got you. All right, so he's definitely a play. All right,
Yep.
GI Robot.
He's
Looks like a
bad. If you pull
big
him,
beat
it's
stick.
bad.
Yeah. 3 stop clicks. Ain't nothing to shake your head at. But 115, it's a lot. Yeah, pass. All right, Black Beetle.
I actually think this piece isn't bad.
75 points is a lot.
Yes. Empower enhancement though, just different the characters modify attack by +1. So you run shot him in, right? He can EE. So he can maybe do 2 damage to a lot of people. And then your follow-up attacks, get that enhancement or that empower, plus an attack bump. And you can also, like, if people are playing standard terrain, you just throw them off to the edge of the map. Like, you just not have to deal with standard terrain at the beginning of the game.
I think he's
What do you
okay. I don't know. I'm not super in love with him. It is worth noting that you can use his second trait of once per game generate a terrain marker of 5 points or less from your sideline. Because you can put a standard terrain marker on your sideline. I don't know how that's really that useful, but you can do it.
The thing. All right. Blue Beetle. This guy is the creme de la creme of the primes.
Good.
Yeah, this piece is amazing.
He does so much. Let's look at his first trait. Threat neutralization. Free. Choose an opposing character within range and line of fire. And a standard power. That character can't use the chosen power until Blue Beetle chooses again. So that gets past like outwit and stuff. Gets around protected outwit. All that good stuff. Here's the second trait. Implicit orders annihilation field. Implicit orders annihilation field. Range. Make a ranged attack targeting a single character with a point value equal to or less than Blue Beetle's point value. If Blue Beetle hits, roll a d6 that can't be re-rolled or replaced. 1 through 4 damage from this attack is penetrating. After resolutions, give the hit character an action token. 5, 6. Instead of normal damage, you remove the hit character from the game, and they're scored. Last, he has an attack power. Free. Choose a standard attack power. Blue Beetle can use that power until your next turn.
I was having a hard time finding a standard attack power that I want to use that I would rather use instead of the second trait there. But I guess it's useful if you're attacking somebody who's higher points than him.
Yeah.
You can always pick precision.
That's
Because it says if he hits,
Precision.
Yeah, it's always
because
precision.
he has
right?
to hit, so you can super sense out of it before he has a chance to throw that 5 or a 6.
Precision's a good call. Yeah.
You can stack both, right? That attack power with the trait. Like it doesn't replace the trait.
No. Because
Okay.
precision's passive.
But I guess what I'm saying is like most of the time you don't even need to pick pen psi.
Yeah, because you're
He's
either
already
dealing
gonna-
pen or you're just removing them from the board.
Yeah.
And it doesn't stack with pulse wave or energy explosion. So like poison, I guess, could be useful. I like precision strike. That's a good call.
Suppose you're attacking an 80-point figure.
Yeah.
Then you
then
can
you
pick
need
psych
pen
pen.
psi. Yeah.
Right.
Um,
So he's definitely playable.
He's very good. He does have a glass jaw. Even with the 19 defend, he drops pretty quick. And
He
by the
does.
way, like there is no 45-point line. You always play him at 75.
Yes.
Yes.
You do. I mean, 4 damage prob too. So if you're attacking a character above 75 points, you can do 4 pen. Like that's still solid. He has mystics. Decent reducer.
Morgan Le Fay's best friend. Alrighty.
Super rares.
Dun dun dun. We looked at Batman already. He does some cool stuff. Despero. Mind control on par. Prob. Super senses. And he's got Psych Pen TK. 50 points. He's alright.
I think it really is disappointing that his first click doesn't have sidestep because like the mind control is just not super useful. He's kind of notable because if another character uses TK, they take 1 unavoidable damage. Or after resolution, sorry, you deal 1 unavoidable damage to any character they placed. But that's not opposing, that's your own characters.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's not a lot of TK in this set either.
Yeah. I mean, he can TK and not do the damage because it's another character. So if he's your only person TKing, you won't take damage.
Yeah. I'm not in love with this piece.
I don't think the piece is good.
Nope.
either.
John Constantine. Or Constantine, your choice.
He is really good. He's
This
kind
piece
of like
is
Felix
insane.
Faust reincarnated.
Yeah. Outwit, prob, liking it.
Other characters can't use probability control.
Yeah, in a set where
ridiculous.
half the characters in the set have prob control, that's pretty
Yeah.
notable. And I like how and then if they try to use outwit or perplex, you roll a d6, and if it's a 4 through 6, you get to use that against them. You get to pick the target of the outwit and perplex and the powers or the power of combat value it's changing.
Yeah.
Nice.
So he's very good super rare.
Similar to with Doom Supreme, right? Gets to take the shit.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Swamp Thing 047A. The parallel to the Prime. What are your thoughts, guys? What do you think, Nick?
I mean, I know this piece got a lot of hype before they came out with the errata to Poison Ivies, so I don't know how much play he'll get. If you pull him in sealed, I think you potentially can play him. I know when we were going through our practice, we found more synergy with other pieces, so he wasn't an immediate play, but 12 attack, 19 invincible, 4 exploit, you can't go wrong with that.
True. Moves through a bunch of stuff.
I like the fact that he can choose
a size.
That's, to me, that's what makes him super playable.
I think he's very good. Traded shape change support, plasticity poison. He's a little expensive, I agree, but he's pretty tough to kill. You pray you pull Morgan Le Fay with him.
Yeah.
Then he's very tough. I think he's quite good. And then he has 3 clicks at the end. Remember, he generates a plant hindering terrain marker every turn, and then he can remove one of those to use regen as free. So he basically has 3 clicks of free regen.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which are also super since his shape change.
Yep.
I'm not missing anything. He's not protected outwit, so
No,
just
he's
95
not.
points to be able to outwit defense and go through him. That's a little scary.
Yeah.
How much outwit's in the set? Decent amount.
Yeah.
But it's not on a lot of great figures, to be honest. So Detective Chimp is probably the best outwitter.
And he's a common.
And he is a common, but you're going to see a lot of Detective Chimp. It's true, but I'm just saying, you're not, he's also he's not super hard to kill either. He's probably one of the first figures you want to kill, no matter what.
Yeah.
Because he's got perplexed and outwit, and so you take him off the board, and this guy becomes a lot harder to kill. But
So he's plausible. You might want to play Swamp Thing. But the Black Lantern Swamp Thing, what are you guys' thoughts? Charge, plasticity, flurry, 12 for 4.
he is really good.
So good.
Over the weekend, I played somebody who pulled this piece plus Madame Xanadu's super rare plus Supergirl.
Oh my.
My team was strong. I had I had a lot of running shot enhancement. I was at one point up 225-0. I lost the match.
Bro.
It was 300-0 or to 225 at the end of the game because Swamp Thing killed my entire team.
Dude, that's insane.
His mobility is so strong. And it's not as good as I think we originally thought when I had mistyped this when I originally added it to units, but still, he generates a terrain marker. He can warp to it and then charge, and then he has giant reach. So he has a 10 square swing. If you have TK, you can get across the map. And so it's very hard for your. And then he has charge flurry, right? And he also has steal energy. And then if they're in a terrain marker, then they can't reduce damage. High attack. He's already got exploit weakness, so he doesn't even necessarily need the
terrain marker.
The terrain marker, but it works really good against Darkseid.
Yeah.
And so he's just really hard to kill. And it's easy enough if he can just knock out your piece with penetrating damage. He just keeps healing and just keeps going. So I think he's great.
Must play figure. The green is now black. All right. On to Rip Hunter 048. Time Masters probability control. It's a lot of reading. All right.
All right. So here's the idea. He basically creates hot potato. So you roll a die at the beginning of your turn if one has if the one hasn't already, if he doesn't have any countdown tokens, and every time somebody makes an attack, that drops down, and when it goes to 0, that attack, if it hits, it's a critical hit. If it misses, it's a critical miss. And it keeps going, not just on your turn, but it keeps going until the token is exhausted. So it goes to your opponent. So it goes back and forth. It's kind of interesting. Honestly, I think what's better is just that I think he's better at 40 points. He's leadership, prop control, phasing teleport, can carry 4 characters, and he prop controls through characters with past or future keywords, which is like a lot of the set.
You say past is the biggest.
If you have no action tokens, which is
Yes.
important, you have to have no action tokens.
Yeah, so there's a caveat there, but
Yeah,
for 40
it's
points,
small.
but really it's like I think you want him because of the leadership.
Yeah, leadership passenger 4 is super solid.
Love it. And prob.
Yeah.
All right. Shadow. 30,
Short,
75.
kind of a short dial, but like very, very potent.
All right. Range, make up to 3 range attacks. When Shadow does, she can't target characters that took damage this turn. All right. So kind of like a crazy little flurry action thing. Stealth, running shot, RCE, enhancement, friendly characters with a marksman keyword modify range +1.
Which
That
is herself.
Yeah. So that
she's a
comes in
6.
handy. All right. Ooh,
I think that it's also worth noting for the first trait that she has 3 targets. She can keep attacking the same target. It's as long as they haven't taken damage. So you can put it all. You attack 3 things. You put it all into one.
Yeah.
Now she can still attack the other 2. Put it into one of them, and then still attack the last one. So she can, even if she hits them, as long as she doesn't do damage, she can reattack them.
Nice.
She has Underworld, so she can carry up enhancements as well to make that a little more potent.
And she's a marksman, so she's definitely a good candidate for the trick arrows.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Clock King.
He is so bad. You immediately put him back in the box, and I want to tell you why. Because it's comical why he's so bad. So first trait, at the end of your turn, each player may remove an action token from a character friendly to them. Well, when you inevitably fight Darkseid, now Darkseid removes a token every single turn. So your piece is allowing Darkseid to attack you every single turn.
So
That's
bad.
why you will never play this piece. Yes.
So bad. Madam Xanadu. TK prop 35 points. She comes with the Tarots, right?
No,
Oh no, the prime version
Prime
is.
one.
She's okay for 35 points. When
And
opposing
don't
effects,
overlook the first trait too. When an opposing effect would choose a team ability, you instead choose that team ability. So when somebody plays Per Dagaton and Green Lantern and tries to pick Green Lantern team ability, you go, no, you get Underworld instead. Sorry.
so what if there's not another choice?
Then they would have to pick that. That's
Okay.
true.
No,
So
I-
I
it was
guess,
just
yes, if you're going to play
question.
Per Dagaton and Green Lantern, don't play any other team abilities. They're
Got you. Okay.
That are copyable.
Just play Hyper Time.
Yeah, or Mystics.
So this is also interesting. Her damage power prob. When Madam Xanadu uses it before the reroll, you may guess if the finalized roll will hit all targets or miss at least one target. After resolutions, if you choose correctly, she may use prob control at additional time this turn. Situationally, I think that come in handy.
It's also worth noting that it's after resolution, so it's not like you can just immediately reuse it. You
Prob,
can use
yes.
it on another attack later that turn.
Got you.
And this can
Okay.
keep stack. Because it can keep going, correct?
No,
It's
just
not once per turn?
additional time.
But why would that stop?
Oh, yes, that's true.
Because you can
You're
use
right.
prob again, and then you can
no,
guess
you're
again,
totally
right?
Yep. I think you're right. Yeah.
So it's just
It
once
doesn't say
per
once per turn.
attack.
Yes.
Once
Yeah.
per-
Once per attack.
If you guess
Basically.
correctly, you can theoretically use it on every attack in a turn.
Yeah.
If you have the line of fire and range and everything, but
You basically keep picking the thing that you don't want to happen.
yeah.
All right, let's look at her prime version. All right, this is the one that comes with the tarots. And she has a trait. If a player would draw a tarot card from their deck, you may roll a d6, a 4 through 6. That player can't draw a tarot card this turn. That's pretty good for controlling your tarot deck. I like it. She's got prob. When a friendly character with a
TK.
Yep, perplex traded.
Perplex, prob, TK. I think she's really good at 30 points. She's just not the prime that you wanted to pull.
No.
I think she's better, obviously better in constructed, but I think she'll see a lot of play in constructed.
I could see that. And it'll be curious to see what they rule with the tarot cards. I'm assuming that you can't play the X of Swords tarot cards, and that means you can only play her tarot cards, which are not as good. The other thing I just saw today, it appears that the card back for her tarot cards are different than the X of Swords cards.
And do you know how hard it is to find tarot card sleeves for one, and then I've never seen colored ones.
I don't know why they did that. Anyways.
Yeah, it's really bad.
I'm sure it has to do with licensing. Emperor Blue Boy.
If you have pulled Dark Side, give your teammates a hug.
Just don't play him.
You're winning.
Put him back in the box.
Put him back in the box. Trash. Garbage. Brandon, tell us round one of you destroying Darkseid.
So for our sealed event, I opened 2 boosters. I pulled Zala Jor-El. I pulled Caveman Wally West. I pulled Black Beetle and Zatanna. That was my team. So what I did was I moved up. I picked like Perplex because she has Zatanna has prop top dial, so I could perplex up the attack on Zala. Moved up with the Black Beetle and the Zatanna to get the enhancement set up and the attack, and then the prob. Zala comes in, like hits her for 5, and then the Zala and Caveman Wally West share pass. So she ported Caveman Wally West. He hypered. He hit for 5 as well because he had the empower and the Zala buff, and then flurried for 4 twice, or then. Yeah, flared for 4. And just I hit every attack, and then he like made one attack and missed, and then next turn he rolled a 6, and I killed him in 2 turns, like both times. It was a super fast go.
Damage.
There are these stories exist. He's is killable.
Yes, very killable.
Also very hard to kill in a lot.
100%.
Like I just want people to have the image of like the blood smear across his face because he's human. Like he bleeds.
When you're playing team sealed and you have to build 3 teams to potentially take down a dark side, that's when it gets tricky.
Yes.
100%.
And even more so when that team that pulled Darkseid only has to build 2 teams.
At that point, yes.
I mean, even like you could even go as far as say only 1 team, because you could put the Colossal on a team. But if you pull Darkseid, you can build around that Colossal, which is super scary.
I don't think a Colossal can beat Darkseid.
No, I mean, I'm not saying
Superman
he can.
Should be able to.
But I'm saying that
Maybe.
There's a possibility that a Colossal could be a single team.
If not, it'd be like a tentpole team.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's worth staying on Darkseid for 1 extra minute. I have a question for all of you that I've been pondering. Like, let's say you fight Darkseid. What map? And he wins map and decides to, or sorry, he wins the roll off because he's a theme team. And he decides to go first. What map do you put him on?
If you put him on an open map. If you put him on like Bloodstone Maze, you're not gonna get to him.
Yeah, it's got to be an open map, so he can't run and hide.
Yeah.
Because if anything, he's going to kill one thing, and he doesn't have to. If you can't get to him the rest of the game,
yeah.
You're
with the open map is like, if there's a lot of running shot. Like if you go with the strategy like I was doing, which is like the huge enhancement running shot. Well, now he gets the hindering bonus on it because there aren't a lot of big open maps that don't have hindering everywhere.
Yeah.
Bronx.
Now he's a 21, and even if you're like 12 attack with prob, hitting 9s with 2-3 probs is not a guaranteed thing.
Yeah, but I mean,
you got to do it twice because he's got prob.
Yeah, but if you pick a closed map, you may not even get a chance to attack him.
Yeah. But remember, he can only shoot through one piece of blocking at a time.
That's true. But he can also move through blocking.
But he can also move through blocking. He's tough.
Yeah.
It's very annoying.
You know, to have some sort of game plan.
Just hope they roll a 6 when you kill him the first time. He's very killable once. The second time is
Just
the
ask your
problem.
opponent to roll off. It's significantly easier.
It's a strategy.
If you have dark side, I would decline that offer.
That's right.
Also the last trait where you can reduce pen. If you bring him to Bloodstone Maze, like when he destroys a terrain marker, deal 2 unavoidable damage to an opposing character adjacent to a square that terrain marker last occupied and remove an action token from him.
Remember, that's terrain marker, not.
Not the
okay.
train.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
that's
not
fair.
printed blocking. Otherwise, he would be completely busted.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
But
All right.
what's also crazy is that if somebody puts up barrier, let's say Zatanna puts up barrier, whatever.
Yeah.
He can just run through it all, and it's two unavoidable damage for each terrain marker.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Don't use barrier against dark side, kids.
Yeah.
Unless you're trying to unalive yourself.
Yeah.
That's wild. Wow. WWD. DD. Yeah, what would Darkseid do? All right. Vandal Savage. Let's move on to less impressive things.
Yes, very much.
This piece is
Flex, Shape Change, Charge Flurry, Stealth Mastermind, Leadership.
He is
So
leadership. I almost feel like you're like
30-point
really sad
leadership.
if you pull him, and I feel like you almost just play him for 30-point leadership and leave him in your starting zone.
No, that seems
yeah,
fine.
almost.
That seems fine. 30-point leadership's okay.
It's hard to justify 60 points.
Nah, I don't like it. That's
Yeah.
boo-boo. All right. Let's see what this Green Lantern's all about. He's got a sword. First Green Lantern. Willpower. Combat reflexes. Green Lantern uses willpower and succeeds until your next turn. When Green Lantern rolls for an effect using a single D6, increase that roll by 1. That's impressive. Flurry, phasing. When he uses it, roll a D6 and move him up to the result instead of his speed value. That's scary. But Shape Change, Combat Expert, I feel like he's kind of pricey.
He is a little expensive.
He is.
I don't know which point value you play him at.
It's really weird because you want that
Probably
face
100?
flurry. Yeah. You want that face flurry.
But that's a 30-year team
Yeah.
just to get smacked down real hard with no reducer. I don't know, man. He got Shape Change senses, I get it, but
Well, he doesn't have shape change senses because that's
Oh,
the
you're
damage
right.
power and it's only on invuln.
yeah.
But he
my
does have
bad.
combat reflexes.
He does have traded reflexes.
I don't know, man.
I know, it's tough.
I
I'm
think-
gonna say pass.
Yeah, I think pass for sealed. It is important to note that he does have Herald, so you can get a god for free. In constructed.
That doesn't make 100 points any better.
I mean,
It's just something to note.
He gives you access to Green Lantern, so
That
I
too.
guess he's not just going up there by himself. Maybe.
Yeah.
Like you're bringing the
Gotta-
rest of your team.
If you play him smart, he can tear people apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can get a good phasing roll.
And if you succeed that
Well,
willpower,
because he phases for 6. So why would you ever roll the die to go up potentially 7?
well, 1, it's
No, 'cause
phase
it's
as free.
free.
You don't have phase. It's phase as free. 2, if you phase, you can't flurry afterwards. So you have to phase as free, roll that d6, and hope to get lucky.
Oh, I see.
So you
Why-
can
wait,
actually
why
flurry
can't you?
afterwards.
Oh, no, if you phase is free, you can flurry afterwards.
Yes, but if you roll a 1 and move 1 square,
Yeah.
like you may not get there.
poo-poo.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the nice thing about him is you can warp your team around.
That's true.
Carry your entire team for free, right?
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't know. Be curious to see if people can pull him off. He seems expensive.
Maybe in the B pile. Maybe. Caveman Wally West. This guy's cool.
this piece is very good.
Opposing characters in 3 squares can't use super senses. Like just that in this set is huge.
Hmm.
Because like the number of super senses we've seen so far Got hypersonic. After resolutions, you may note his current click number and turn him to click 8. If you do, give him any action is free. After resolutions, turn him to the most recent noted click number. So there's a question that came up during one of the events, and it had to do with mystics. So you hypersonic, you do your thing, you take mystics, you note your current click number, and you go to click 8. Do you take the mystics and die before the free action?
After resolutions, turn into the most. No, because mystics are after resolutions.
Yeah, as active player, you determine the order of after resolution.
No, it's not even. You go first as the active player, and then the other person, then your opponent goes.
Or, yeah.
So you're getting to activate a free action before other actions resolve?
Sorry. No. Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying if you activated, the action is free, then go to the. So if you hypersonic in.
Yep. Hit. Trigger mystics.
That triggers the.
Then you go to click 8.
Resolve it. You take the mystics.
No, you have to go to click 8 first, because it says after resolutions, you may note his current click
sorry.
number. Turn him to click 8.
Oh, you're right.
If you do, give him any free action. After resolutions, turn him to the most recent noted click number.
No. So you're right. You're right. So we said it the first time, which is
okay.
Yeah. You wouldn't.
He would die.
So you wouldn't turn him if he took mystics.
Yeah. The only thing you have to be afraid of is a critical miss. That will kill him.
True.
That is true.
Wait, so I'm confused. The mystics will, or you don't want to turn them? I'm confused.
You don't have to turn them, so you don't turn them. Like if you're first,
the mystic
but the thing is, what you can do
Gotcha.
is you can punch someone without mystics, finish your hyper next to the guy with mystics you want to punch, flurry that guy, and then turn back before you take mystics, and then you can take the 1 or 2 if you need to.
No, you have to turn. Yeah, you turn back and then you take the mystics.
Yeah, you would turn back and then take mystics if you punch the mystics guy with flurry and not hyper.
Yeah.
Thank you, Squidward.
I think he's pretty
No
interesting.
problem, Nick.
My issue with him is like
the 10 attack is a little low.
That is, it's like well below the average for the set, right? The average is like over 11.
11.1.
I don't know. That's my problem with him. But I mean, you're going to play him. He's a great 50-point piece. He can do a lot of damage in the right situation.
Yo, nice.
Just roll big numbers, guys.
Get good. All right, Poseidon. I don't know what he does, but his sculpt looks amazing with a little deity base.
Yeah.
You're probably not going to play him.
About 100 points, no matter what. I think what's interesting is he has the sideline active thing that, like, once per game when a friendly character uses Quake, if all squares within 1 square of them are water, that character may use Exploit Weakness, Improve Targeting, Ignores Characters, and Giant Reach 6. And if Poseidon is on the map, they do 3 damage instead. Now, he has traded Quake. He has leadership, so you love him just because of the leadership. And every time he rolls a d6, he puts down that many water terrain markers within range. So he's popping out he's a broken fault. He's like flooding the map with water. You need to call a plumber to stop this guy. Where's Mario when you need him? So it's pretty easy to get that Quake off. He'll mess up the whole team, right? So,
Brandon, does this go to your Shamo team?
Tokens off himself,
I mean, post rotation, maybe without APOC Gen, but I don't know.
Safeguard for opposing perplex and opposing prob, so they can't even he's very good.
Yeah, because Atlantis' Stone Room is still gonna be in modern.
Yeah.
Post rotation, so you can just play that as well.
Yep.
Just get a lot of water immediately.
And then he's Dolphin, so it's hard to shoot him at range too. So he's a must play if you pull him. Congratulations.
Nice. All right. Bat Prince, we're into the chases. This guy's cool. For his second trait, they're not innocent, they are magic. Opposing characters can't use printed team abilities from characters in their KO. So if you KO somebody with mystics, they can't use mystics anymore.
I think he's best at his 140 point value because you get him hypersonic.
Yeah.
He pops out the pogs once per turn. The pogs are pretty decent. And yeah, he's kind of expensive at 140, but he does a lot. So I think you'd play that.
This is also the second trait counters team player, because if you team player team ability and that character's the original power or the original character you copied from dies, like you would still be able to use it, but they can't use it because it's in their KO area.
Yeah, that's a good call.
So that's also something you can kind of break the team player with.
Yeah, or if you kill someone with team player, they can't use team player either.
That's all. Yeah.
Like, it just misses everything.
If you pull this piece, you might want to take a look at Talia. You might be able to put together a Batman family theme team, and then she could have support and keep this guy alive.
Okay, nice.
So, but very, very situational.
All right, Prince Kal-El. Oh, we got some big numbers up top for 150. Characters take a maximum of 3 damage from attacks. That kind of, it's like what do you call it?
He's like
Peacemaker? Yeah, Peace Machine. There you go. But far more expensive. Characters without the mystical keyword can't positively modify their attack values when attacking Prince Kal-El. Interesting leadership. When he uses Succeed after resolutions, he may remove an action token from a friendly character with Superman or Batman TA. He's got Hypersonic once per turn. When he uses it and hits after resolutions, another friendly character with ruler keyword may make an attack targeting a hit character. Nice.
I like him 100. I think that's the best.
Yeah, 100 is good for him.
I don't know. The Psych Pen's pretty good. Oh, his hypersonic range sucks. It's only 2. Yeah,
only doing 3 damage.
Yeah, it's rough.
Like
Battle Fury's better. 5
Battle
damage.
Fury's good.
Yeah.
I think what's interesting at 150 is the whole
can't modify.
Can't modify. And it's just kind of hard to hit that 20.
Yeah, it's a good.
He pairs not just him, but some like I know what is it? Zol. What was the chase you played, Brandon?
Zala Jor-El.
Like they pair very well with some of the 2x2s with the hit and then place them over to make another attack. And
Diana does the same thing
afterwards. So there's some combos there to look out for.
Yeah, Diana's also very good, who we're going to talk about right now.
Go ahead, Brandon.
So first trait, the world needs us together, Diana. Unique modifier. Other friendly characters within 4 squares modify attack by +1. When a friendly character with the Kryptonian keyword makes an attack, after resolutions they can use sidestep. That second part isn't like that good, but we're getting rid of White Shirt Porter, but we're getting Diana. So I mean, if you're just within range of Diana, within that 4, you got that White Shirt Porter bump. Second trait, Amazon's attack and power. When Diana uses it, if it was the first, or Diana attacks, if it was the first attack this turn, after resolutions, place another friendly character that shares a keyword with Diana adjacent to her. The trait's very good. You don't even need to hit, I think, if I read that correctly.
Just attacks.
Yeah, it's so you can just port over someone, give them +1 attack, give them empower, which is super strong.
Yeah, pair well with like Nick said, the 2x2s.
Because all of the Colossals have passed and Diana has passed.
Yeah, that's good.
So, or like all the Jurassic League ones at least have passed. So you can port one of those over, and some of those are very good, like Super Soar.
Because you're punching and then
Flash
following
Raptor.
up with a Quake is free. With those 2x2s.
Yeah.
And then they'll get +1 attack for. Yeah. And then her movement power, Charge Flurry. When Diana uses Flurry, the first attack deals penetrating damage, and characters hit by the second attack are given an action token. Also move through characters, which is super important to note. And finally, her defense power, Impervious Super Senses. She does have Superman ally and Wonder Woman ally, so that is 4 through 6 senses and Impervious. A lot of rollouts, very hard to deal with.
What do you think is the right starting line? 100 points?
I think it depends. I think you definitely play her
150.
at least 100 if you're going to play her in sealed. I think she's actually good at 50 in constructed for that leadership.
Yeah.
If you're looking for leadership, 50 points for that leadership and that attack bump, the empower, not bad. You don't get that charge flurry or the improv super senses, but you're just really there for the leadership, the empower, and the attack bump.
You must have some really, really good stuff if you're playing her at 50 instead of
Yes.
100, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's more constructed base. I would say at least 100 in sealed. 150 is definitely a shot as well if you have some good support for her.
Yeah. I like the super strength knockback. Like that can finish off somebody. 5 damage.
And that first attack can do a 5 pin. That just that's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage. Alrighty. Green Man. This guy's got a lot of height too. Alexander Luther. We got Energy Explosion Psych Blast. At the high end. Once per game. Or once per turn when Green Man KOs a character after resolutions, he may make an attack. So yeah, if you get him at 150 seems good. Double tapping, enhancement outwit. Once per game when an adjacent friendly character hits, you may choose that hit character. Can't you stop this attack? Adjacent friendly characters modify range +1 and have improved targeting through elevated. That's helpful.
So tough, and he's notable because he's the only piece that really just has barrier in the set. But man, he's so potent at 150, but that's a lot of points. I don't know what you play him at.
I think it depends on what your team needs.
Constructed 30 points. I think
100%.
You build
Sure, I agree with that. But for team sealed.
That he can double tap if he kills somebody. Like you'd have to build around the enhancement.
Yeah.
Get him up.
Yeah. Let's do that. I mean, the second attack you could EE with as well.
Yeah, EE Psych Blast.
It's just too bad you don't get his damage power.
Yeah.
Big points.
All the way through.
You do get prob into perplex. You have invincible, so you don't have to take the mystics, and your cosmic.
Alrighty. Speaking of new Scott Porters, hey friends. Let's see. She got a gesture of Castle L. When Harley Quinn would take 3 or more damage, she takes 1 damage instead. She removes some debris terrain.
She can pulse wave and give them +1 attack. So that's pretty good. She's great.
Yeah, very good piece. Prob super senses.
Playing her.
Probably even better in constructed.
And Brandon's girl, Zala Jorel.
Hunting the Green Man. When Zala Jorel KOs an opposing character with the assassin or spy keywords for an additional 10 points, which isn't that good, but when she attacks, opposing characters can't use Mastermind or Shape Change, which is pretty solid, just good generally all around. Magic modifier, other friendly characters within 4 squares modify damage by +1. When a friendly character with the Amazon keyword deals damage, that damage can't be reduced below 1. So you kind of have a pseudo precision there. That's not damage from an attack either. So that would apply to knockback damage, if I'm correct. So it doesn't, right?
What is it? When a friendly character
with the Amazon keyword deals damage.
It's a game effect.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's fair.
It's not, the game doesn't have Amazon keyword.
And then, unlike Diana, when Zala hits, if it was the first attack this turn after resolutions was another friendly character that she has a keyword with Zala adjacent to her. Again, she has passed, so you can port over one of the Colossals,
some big boys,
and then they get +1 damage.
Nice. So probably worth playing. What do you think, 50 or 100?
I played her at 100, but if you compare it, the only thing you're really losing is invincible. If you're just going for that, let me hit and port someone. Because you have the 10 hyper still, the 11 attack, the 18 defense, the 4 damage. You're just imperv instead of invincible. I mean, it makes her a little bit harder to kill if you play for 100, but she is outwittable. So if you just want to port someone over, 50 points is still pretty good. 10 hyper, 6 range. So you're
probably 50, I think.
Yeah, 50 is probably the way to go.
I think I'd probably play her at 100, man, because she's so easy to one-shot at 50 points.
That's true.
But you're hoping like you can get in there before her, right? Or before them.
She has a lot of reach.
Like if you don't have other stuff to build with.
Like, she's not gonna. It's not like she can run forever. She doesn't have enough reach that she can keep running forever.
And I agree with Clay. I think 100 is the way to go. Like you get so much for that 100-point dial. Where we were talking about other chases to play at 150 that provide similar abilities to her.
Mhm.
I think 100 is the
Okay.
way to go on that one.
Because you're going to have to two-tap her.
Yeah.
At
At
100 for
least.
sure.
If it's and probably realistically, it's going to be more than that.
Yeah.
I mean, I played against her and I one-shot her
On 50.
Hello.
on 50.
I played her at 100 in the sealed event. But more constructed. I think 50 is the way to go.
Well, looks like the sealed consensus is at 100, friends. All right, King Jefferson, not related.
19 defend.
Yeah.
19 defend. Opposing characters can't use super strength, Superman, TA, or flight if they're within 7 squares of your starting area. Interesting. So if they're on your third of the map ish, no, a little more, your half.
Yeah.
They're on your half of the map. They can't use those abilities. That's kind of crazy. So that says F you Kong.
Yeah, no
But
flight.
we're not playing Kongs, are we? Let's see. Power once per game. If King Jefferson is occupying an opposing starting area, choose a square on the map for each character in your K area. Deal 3 penetrating damage to an opposing character adjacent to or occupying one or more of those chosen squares. Interesting. Seems very hard to pull off.
I
Yeah.
think he's very solid. I mean, again, 19 defend is very good. With all the other stuff, you
Enhancement.
just kind of, and leadership.
Leadership,
just icing on
yeah.
the cake. Stop, click. So I think he's a very good pull.
Prob but only for ranged attacks if they share a keyword with him.
Yeah, his
Everybody-
keywords are really good.
Yeah, Amazon Mystical. Pass. There's a lot of pass in this set.
Yeah.
Crap ton of pass in
Roller.
this set.
Nice. And that will conclude our regular chases and on to the Ultra Chase. We pulled 2 of this guy during pre-release.
That's crazy.
He's out there for sure.
Yeah.
I think
this
you
goes-
play him. He's good. You probably. I mean, you can. I don't think we need to talk about his trait. It's.
The trait's so weird.
Yeah.
If something dies, you restart the turn, and everybody scores 100 points. That's it.
Pretty much.
Yay.
But he's
All right.
good. You play him.
He does get prob when he hypers too.
Are you ready, friends? We're getting
All right,
into
Colossals.
the 2x2s.
Fight the home stretch. Here we go.
Bat Walker.
You skipped one.
What?
What do we skip?
Oh wait, I'm sorry. No, never mind. I can't read.
It's a skill. Bat Walker. All right. Quake is free, but only if Bat Walker hit with an attack this turn.
All the Jurassic League guys have that trait.
Dude, and it is
Very
such a
good.
good trait to have.
So good.
All right. What are your guys' thoughts?
I liked him at the 100-point line.
I think
Okay.
it's the way to go.
You get running shot, precision strike, outwit. He could be in stealth as long as it's got his toe in it somewhere.
I mean, this is the movement power is kind of similar to Kong, because that's when he attacks a character on a lower elevation, damage dealt his pen.
Mhm.
Kong's just on elevated, so he has precision too. Outwit. So even if you're not on that lower or that higher elevated, when you quake as free, it's precision, so they're gonna take 1. And that knockback, super solid.
Nice. So definitely playable. Probably get some good stuff in with him. But I don't think you're gonna be able to build just him.
No.
You're gonna need some support. Yeah, the invol makes him a little open to things.
Yes.
Alrighty. Super sore. Now this guy.
This piece is ridiculous.
Another
this guy.
19 plus defend piece.
Dude,
Yeah.
20, yeah, that's
So
What do
crazy.
you
200
play at? I
points.
feel like maybe 200 is the way to go.
Yeah. So Nick, you were saying this guy can take down Dark
I mean,
Side.
I feel like this is another one-man army figure.
So you 300?
You can play him at 300
So,
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know
charge doesn't have
we're
speed.
highly considering that like if Dark Side and this piece is pulled, like why not make those two teams?
Right? And then you have the whole rest of the brick to build a solid team.
Yeah.
Super good third team, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, this piece can do so much damage because of that movement power. You get to charge, 1.5 speed. So you get to start out with that 10. So you get to move 10, punch 3. And then if you hit, you get a knockback. You knock back that character because you have super strength. And then you can place adjacent and make another close attack targeting that character.
The only thing he's susceptible to is outwit, but you still have to roll against the 20 defense at top dial.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you miss though, and you have a 13, so it's gonna be pretty good odds you hit.
With GLA, right?
Yeah, so you can
So
be up to a
14.
14.
So you like him more at 300 than 200?
Yeah.
Yeah. Get
Yeah.
that Battle Fury, which I think is super important. And that
Well, you have
extra
Battle
damage.
Fury at both, at 200
No,
and 300.
Click 200 starts at Click 6, which is the 5
No,
damage close
starts
to
at-
spirit.
You're click 7.
So
Is it
that's
Click 7? Oh, dude, I can't fucking see the line, bro. Line is hard to see.
I
see.
think
yeah.
he's better at 200. I think you can add just a little bit of support to really guarantee he hits and to use up the other actions. Otherwise, you kind of just get out actioned.
I mean,
Yeah, he's a tough nut to
kind
crack, but honestly, dark side is 20 and can be 20 multiple, can go back to the top dial.
Have you been knocked down?
But if he's coming at Darkside with a 14 attack, say he's able to get the first hit off on Darkside, it's 2 attacks at 6 with a Quake.
I'm not saying he can't beat Darkside, but I think he has an uphill battle. He's a good piece. I just think that you can put more on your team and do more than just play him. Because what are you really getting? So look at what you're getting for 100 points. You get 1 more damage, you get 1 more attack, you get 1 more defense, you get some clicks, and that's good. But you can add a prob to your team and all but guarantee you hit. You know what I'm saying? His range isn't increasing. The chance of him hitting them on turn 2 on the Alpha Strike is not increasing.
I heard what you're saying. So Clay, you want more support buying your 200 point fig, and then Nick, you just want to go balls to wall 300.
Yeah, I guess
Eat my super sore.
I'm thinking more Darkside, because if you put any other piece and Darkside kills those figures, then now Super Sword has to kill Darkside to win the game. So it's just 300. Let's see who.
I also think Super Sword drops off a lot faster at 200. He loses that defense pretty quick.
The only thing
that charge
I could potentially see him comboing with is one of the chases.
To port over
and do that mechanic. But if you're not building around that, then just that's my opinion on that.
Look at what you're losing. Your defend means nothing. Support is free to smaller characters means nothing. You're leaving actions on the table. You're losing functionality by not having more on your team. Anyways, it's a good disagreement. We should move on.
Let us know what you guys think in the comments. You guys agree with Nick 300? You guys agree with Clay 200?
The legacy card is also not.
I think the team up is definitely.
Well, sorry, it's not applicable at all.
It's not applicable for sealed, but it's
very good
very good and constructed.
Yeah.
We'll be seeing it played. All right, on to Wonder Dawn. 250, or 175.
She also has 19 defend. She is far inferior to Super Sore. I think she's worth, I don't know what you play her at, maybe 50, but she's so slow. So slow.
Yeah. Place her up to 6 squares away. Well, I like
you don't
that
want
she's
to play her at
outdoors.
100 because she's just got flurry, and then the other things are too expensive.
Yeah.
You're disappointed if you pull her. Let's move on to Mr. Mind.
All right. You're not disappointed if you pull him, though.
He's probably the best one that you can pull.
What are the odds of pulling a common Mr. Mind, Clay?
100%.
I mean, yeah, this piece, the common Mr. Mind gets just insanely good if you have this piece in sealed, because that Mr. Mind can just be given actions from his card. It's not even on the board. You get to pick any of those 3 very potent damage powers of Outwit, Perplex, or Prob at the beginning of the game, depending on what you may need in that matchup. 4 through 6 Shape Change deals
They
2
both
damage
get
to an
to
opposing
attack.
character. Yeah.
You have a stop click. You actually have 50 points more to do stuff with too. Yeah, like very good.
Moves through
Nice.
blocking.
You got to play Mr. Mind.
And
Ultra.
Be outwitted.
Yeah.
I think Superstore can.
Super
Yeah,
can be
right.
outwitted.
Fair. All right. Ultra Humanoid.
I don't think you play this piece in sealed.
I think you play him at low, and he's your leadership.
That's fair.
There is the potential to build an interesting animal team with him, because you could play like Animal Man. There are some animal pieces where he gets kind of interesting, right? Because he can mind control across the map through them.
I like that. My control is too good.
And so if you play him at 55, that's not the worst thing in the world. Triple target control across the map.
That's fair.
He's your leadership, so
very strong. All right. Moving on to Beast Boy, Big Boy. Charge Flurry. I think you play him if you have the other ones, right?
And you good.
He just drops so fast. I mean, you're right. Like, I mean, he has a lot of clicks for 120 points. It's hard to put him down. And then he has kind of a fake stop click. He can go, or he has a real stop click, and then he can go to the other Beast Boy. But honestly, he's better than the Beast Boy at the last click. So I don't know why you'd switch him.
So maybe pass. All right, let's look at that T-Rex. Now that is some depth. It's a lot of clicks.
People are going to find a way to break him in constructed, because play him at 30 points and somehow manage to roll a critical hit.
Die manipulation is going to make this piece scary, and if there's ever die manipulation in Modern, because I don't think there's going to be any post-rotation. The only thing that I can think of is Spiderling, but that's rotating.
Yeah.
Spiderling would be very good with this piece, though.
I thought there was something else that people were talking about that was die manipulation that's coming out or came out recently. I don't know. But he seems, I don't know.
There was something in the Hellfire Gala thing that was previewed today, but another Mr. Sinister, but it's only really applicable to X-Men.
Got you. You guys play him?
Die manipulating a 5, right? So. What are you playing?
I think he's best at 50 points. I think you play him, because even at 50 points, he's still got, what?
He got a lot of clicks.
8 clicks.
Yep. Yeah, you're getting
your money's worth. That last trait, so you don't make any illegal actions. You can only attack characters that have moved or attacked T-Rex since your last turn.
Oh, that's boo-boo. That's not good.
Yeah.
Pass. All right, Green Torch. This guy's cool.
I think this piece is really good out of 100 points.
Yeah.
Charge Flurry. 13 for 5 with super strength. And then you can quick afterwards.
Yeah, that's...
Has a stop click.
He's just a little expensive, right? You only get 7 clicks for that.
You have a stop.
I think you're right. 100 points is the right thing that you play him at. Just, it feels like you're just paying a lot for that Green Lantern team ability and this, this constructed equipment assignment thing
that you don't get to take advantage of.
Yeah.
Oh.
Everyone's most excited piece, Flash Raptor. Again, very good. I like
you play him at 250.
Super senses on a 4 through 6.
Yeah.
Why not? Shape change.
I mean, there's defending characters modified defense by +1 if they share a keyword with Flash Raptor.
Because he can get across the map.
Yes, he can.
On turn
he can get across the map with 11 as well. Like, you don't need that 12 movement, but the extra +2 at least attack and the extra damage and the extra defense is super good.
Yeah, you go up +2 attack from 200 to 250. Like, that's huge.
Yeah.
Super senses
Again?
on 4 through 6. Shape
Yeah.
change. I think he's got the 50 points left over. See, I would probably.
Yeah,
I think
250.
he's also got a very, very good chance at killing Darkseid.
And he's got animal past. Like
Yeah.
you
Yep.
can get a theme team.
Oh, yeah, and he's Justice League, so he's a 15.
Yep,
Dude, that's
JLA.
crazy, right?
Yeah, I mean, and he has that precision strike. So when you quake, that precision strike comes in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So I think I actually think he edges out Super Sore.
Yeah, but he's also very susceptible to outwit because he has no reducers. So if you outwit that super senses and he misses that shape change,
No
like
bueno.
It's true.
he's getting melted.
Still got to hit a 20.
I mean,
And
the
shape
dice
change.
are hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like if you hit, you can if you space your damage correctly, you can just avoid the shape change.
And
Theoretically.
Aquanix. Is that 4 stop clicks? That's wild.
Yeah, I thought Aquanix is pretty interesting, just because generates the bystander, and every time you hit the stop, and then you can mastermind to the bystander, and every time you hit the stop click, the bystander comes back. The bystander is basically just there as mastermind fodder, but also a free perplex.
Yeah, that's not bad. Could
He's
do
a
some
good
work.
little
It's
little
just
combo
hard to
with
chew
Poseidon.
through.
Yeah,
What was it, Nick?
Good combo with Poseidon as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
all
Yes.
of the Justice League ones are good with Poseidon because they all have Quake as free at some point. If they
So
hit.
it's not just Dolphin.
No, it's just if that character can use Quake and
Yeah.
they're surrounded by water terrain.
Yeah, once per game when a friendly character uses Quake.
I feel like most of the time you're using that on Poseidon himself, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he gets the 3 damage exploit.
It's also the no opposing prop.
That's
or
true.
perplex, right? So it's
Yeah.
a lot easier for him to make it stick. All right. That's it.
Yeah. Do you guys want to look at the legacies and the Ellie's real fast?
I mean, those aren't going to come up in Team Sealed. I think
Yeah,
most
let's-
people have already figured out that the Starro is going to be good.
Yep.
I'm excited to play Starro because Starro finally has a Starro in Modern to use. Which when I
I think
a
first
lot
saw
of people
Starro fight in
are happy to
Notorious,
have
I
the
thought there was
Starro
going to
back.
be a Starro, but there was no Starro, and I was kind of sad. So now I'm happy there's a Starro.
Tim Hunter also very good. He's probably the most expensive of the cards at the moment, from what I've seen. I really think Matter Eater Lad is pretty interesting. Look at that last trait. Free. Choose an adjacent equipped opposing character. Remove their equipment from the game.
Dude, that's crazy. Just carry him over and like, boop, your shit's gone. Sorry, Thanos. No more gems for you.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. All right. Well, that was fun. I think we can call it, and we'll do the other stuff we talked about this weekend. It's late.
Yeah. Took almost 2 hours.
that's a long.
That was a lot of
it's big
clicks.
set.
That's a giant.
But
set.
dude, I am super excited to play a Worlds for teams. Should be good. I always appreciate you guys giving me all your insight, and especially sharing it with all our listeners and viewers. If you guys don't have anything else to say, until next time, don't forget to practice rolling your dice.
Bye, everyone.
Good night.
Night, guys.